Aloha! Welcome to the Blue No Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Wild Blues fan, and this is a very, very sad day in the world of music and people and just that. So we're going to take the first 10 minutes of this show. We came on early to pay tribute to the great, the one and only Meatloaf. And I went back and forth on this all day, and I didn't know what song to play, and I really didn't want to play this one, and I went all day without listening to it until I heard this version. So please enjoy Out of Hell. And if I get cut off on Facebook, someone let me know so we can start it back up again. I'm sorry, Ashley. I just had to go with my gut on this one. I hope you'll be okay with that.
No, you're fine. You just said you didn't want to play this one, so.
I was a Halloween down in the valley tonight.
There's a man in his shadow with a gun in his eye, and a blade shining off so bright. There's evil in the air and there's thunder in the sky, and devil's on the bloodshot tree. Oh, down in the dawn where the deadly rise, no stress or young buck down in the gutter, he was
foaming. Come on, Mike.
Oh, baby, you're the only
Thing in this old world that is pure and good and right. Wherever you go, it's gonna be so fine.
But I gotta get out, I gotta get out now.
Final crack of dawn. Time together, both be so alone. Morning comes, bear the hell, I'll be gone, gone, gone. Morning comes. Somebody doesn't like my singing, they're dropping off like flies. This was from Melbourne, or pardon me, Sydney, Australia in 2011.
Heaven, now come crawling on back to you.
Oh, E, you're deprived, my friend. Look at what E put out. Right.
And I know that I'm damned if I never get out. Maybe I'm damned if I do. But on every other beat, I gotta lift in my heart. You know I'd rather be damned with you. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned.
Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned. Dancing through the night, dancing through the night with you. Actually, he was famous before Rocky Horror.
And wherever you are and wherever you go, it's always gonna be sunlight.
He was absolutely famous before Rocky Horror. That's why they wanted him.
Say again, Ashley?
He was absolutely famous before Rocky Horror. That's why they wanted him.
Oh, E. You just got to go on YouTube and listen to his stuff, man. Jim Steinman, the guy that wrote this and wrote the majority of his stuff, was an absolute musical genius, and we lost him a year ago in February, so this is a dual loss. I agree, Tanner. They should have. I had meatloaf. Well, I didn't. I had something similar to meatloaf because I couldn't find any meatloaf at the store. But I bought me some to eat for lunch.
The gates of heaven now come crawling on back to.
He used to put an earplug as he got older in his mouth. That's the orange thing you see to help him with the sound. To get that growling sound.
It's just incredible.
Oh, yeah. What Steinman could do with music, the way he made a motorcycle from music. And the guy that's the guitarist here, he is really, really good. I was really impressed. He has the record for the 2 longest #1 songs in Billboard history. Right? This one and I'll Do Anything for Love. Uh-oh, Lance is embarrassed. He doesn't even want us to see him today. Hey, Lance, we're paying tribute to Meatloaf. I hope you're okay with that, my friend. Hey, Alex, how you doing? We're paying a little homage to Meatloaf tonight. Forgive us. Once this song's on, we'll get into the blues, but I really want to do this tonight. It means a lot to me. It means so much to me. My daughter, one of my oldest daughters, sent me a text today to let me know it had happened and make sure I was okay. Because she knew. She knew right away. This is Bat Out of Hell.
At the bottom of a pit in the blazing snow.
Ooh, that feels like a dig. That almost feels like a dig, John.
It was a total dig.
But I mean a dig at Meatloaf, not Scandella. I mean, if you think that Meatloaf was underappreciated, then yeah, I get it. But if you're trying to say something else, I don't.
And the last thing I
This isn't an AC/DC song. Bat Out of Hell. That's not Bat to Hell or Hell's Bells. This is Bat Out of Hell. Absolutely, Chris.
And the last thing I see is my heart still beating.
16 people watching. Thank you for this trip for letting us do this tribute.
Like a bat out of hell.
The girl on the violin, that's his daughter. There you go. Sorry, guys. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I hope you didn't get too upset by that, but I really needed to. Now, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. No, they're not. We know that the 2 out of 3 is Lance and Ashley, and I'm the bad one, and we'll take that. Oh, well, hard day for me personally. Lance, I mean, I know that your taste in music is close to mine, I think. So I would think that this is also kind of a tough day for you. I don't know if maybe celebrity deaths don't affect you, and usually they don't me, but this is just like one that I'm connected to. When I was in the service, Bad Out of Hell was like in my CD player when I worked out, when I was having a rough time. This is the music I listened to get me on each day if I didn't have hockey. All right. Are you with us, Lance?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. He's looking at me stone-faced. So
I've never been a huge Meatloaf fan.
Okay.
I do like 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad and Love by the Dashboard Light. Those are 2 very, very good songs.
Yes.
I just can't get into him, but especially over the last 10, 15 years of his life, he had lost his voice. He couldn't sing anymore. But it's sad to see anybody die, and I know he had a ton of fans. And like I said, I did like a couple of their songs, and it's probably not affected me the way it has you. And I'm sorry that it has done that. I always tell people it comes in threes. When Saget died, even after Betty White, when Saget died,
yeah.
I said there's a couple more coming at least. And then we had Louis Anderson today, and then we had Meatloaf, as I used to call him, Mr. Loaf.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, it's sad for those fans that that really supported him and have been there since the 70s and went to his concerts when they all came to town. And it's hard to see somebody you grew up with in your early 20s, teenage years, and then you realize they're getting old, and then you hear they die, and you're just shocked because you don't think of them as being that old enough to die.
Yeah, I know you don't. And for me, see, I get what you're saying. I really do. And there are probably only 3 celebrities right now that I think could pass that would affect me, and he was one of them. Right? I would say the other 2, but I'll lose my man card on one of them.
Hey, you can't help yourself on what I like. All genres of music. I'm not big on country, but I do like some. But most of the country I like is from the 50s to the 80s, early 90s. I don't like a lot of it today, but I don't ever say I'm not going to listen to a song. That's just not me. I'll give it a chance. And like you said, I like music from all genres, from Glenn Miller, Count Basie to the Beach Boys, to the Beatles, to Ricky Nelson, to the Everly Brothers, to Bobby Vinton, to Bobby V, to Dion. I love all those guys. And it's really sad when somebody you grew up listening, to their music dies. It makes you realize, hey, I'm getting older too.
Yeah, Tammy, I'm with you with the 80 hair bands because we're losing a lot. We're starting to lose some of those 80s stars, and that's the thing. And really, Meatloaf was an 80s star. Now he had taken a break, and one of the reasons he took a break, and this is going to play into it a little bit, was he got no royalties from Bad Out of Hell.
No,
right? He got screwed out of that. So it wasn't until him and Steinman could get back together and the royalty thing was over, so they could come up with Bad Out of Hell 2, and that's where I Do Anything for Love came out. I was talking to Chris Lambert earlier today, and he said, well, Paradise by the Dashboard Light's like my favorite song. If you listen to Meatloaf, that's not even in the top 10. That's how good some of his stuff is. right? There are songs out there that he has that are so much better than that song. You want to listen to a song about losing your youth and looking back on life? Listen to the song. I put it on my Facebook page today. It's called "Objects in the Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear."
Yeah.
That song was written by Steinman, and it sings so well. Meatloaf just, I mean, he didn't. When you went to his concert, you went to an opera. I mean, his voice was just so powerful, and I've connected to it in my life, and that's, and where this all comes into play is just like we've connected to the team that we call the Blues, right? We're in Seattle tonight. We are in the fight of our lives, just like the young man on the motorcycle has that accident. What was the name of the song? My feed cut out. It was called, and I'm going to blank out here. Objects in the rearview mirror are closer than they appear. Right? You can. I put a bunch of songs on my feed tonight. Check out my feed. And hey, guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Even a sad face is okay if you miss Meatloaf or you're sad that he passed. We'd really appreciate that. Me and Lance and Ashley just absolutely love all of you and love the 16 of you watching our pregame show as we get into it. I was so upset today. I didn't even look at the stat pack. Right? And I'm like,
I want to say something about Louis Anderson. I know you guys maybe not have liked him. That's fine, but he resonated with me because when he talks about growing up with his mom, it reminds me so much of my mom. He says, we would go to a garage sale. My mom loved garage sales, and I'm a young kid, and I want to stay in the car and come here, Lou, come here, Lou, and I'd get out of the car and she would put earrings up to my ears and to see how they looked on me, and I was embarrassed all the time. Then we were driving home one day, and I saw a shoe on the side of the road, and I knew it before I said it when I said, Mom, look at that perfectly good shoe. She pulls over, tells me to get it, and says, Lou, there's a shoe somewhere that matches that. And that just reminded me so much of my mom that, he was just a great comedian. And, Betty White, too. We all miss Betty White. And, even still pretty sharp as a tack, even at the age of 99. And, I wasn't a big Bob Saget fan, but I understand those people that were, and, how much they associated him with Full House and growing up with him and everything. And it's just sad to see people that you grew up with or people that you really are really fond of, whether it's celebrities or friends. It's really hard to see them die.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So let's talk about a little bit about tonight's game. There's some importance in tonight's game, right? There's some real importance, and I know Seattle's a bottom feeder in that, but right now you have Minnesota playing the Blackhawks, and they're beating them 2-0 the last time I looked. That could have changed. Let's see if I can do a quick update. It's 3-0. Right? The Avalanche played back-to-back nights against the Ducks and the Kings and beat them both nights. So, they're running away with the division. And we've been, I know I myself have been harping on this for a while about, you got to win the games in front of you now because the Avalanche are winning the games in front of them. So, go, Ashley.
You see, I think you're putting so much focus on what everyone else is doing when a team needs to focus on what they're doing. They can't worry about if the Colorado Avalanche goes on a win streak. All they can control is what they do. So I don't even think that they're even looking at that. They're focused on the game as it comes and doing the best that they can.
Yeah, and with me, I could care less about finishing first. I could care less about the President's Trophy. We've all seen what finishing first and getting the President's Trophy means to most teams. I as long as they're playing well going into the playoffs, I could care less if they finish, third or fourth in the standings, as long as they're playing well heading into the playoffs. I just hate to see a team kill themselves to compete with another team and get to a certain point and they're gassed and by the end of the season. And we have already seen with the way the schedule is, the Blues are going to have, I think, 46 games or 43 games in 79 nights, guys. That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of hockey.
But actually, they're not. They're at the low end of that number, though.
Oh, yeah, you got to see Ottawa. Ottawa, I think, has 56 or 57 games.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are actually going to have more
Yep.
than a game,
Yep.
every other night,
The Maple Leafs.
right?
The Maple Leafs are. They're going
Maple
to
Leafs
have
are.
several
There's a
games.
couple of teams.
Mhm.
The Islanders have only played like I think 31 games, right? Everyone else is hitting. We hit the halfway point tomorrow at 41, or not tomorrow. I think when do we play? Saturday, right?
Sunday.
Against Vancouver,
Sunday.
or Sunday against Vancouver. Oh, they get two. Okay, yeah, Sunday against Vancouver, and the Sunday against Vancouver. And now, see, I just went completely blank. And the Islanders, they're only at 31 games. They've got 10 more games before they even get to that point, right? You've got to play the games in front of you. Now we've got a weird situation coming up. You'll have Pavel Buchnevich tonight, but you won't have him Sunday, right? Due to Canada's rules with COVID, I think Ashley said he's a day
Yep.
late, or he's a day short.
Yeah, that's the last day of the Canada rule, so he has to miss the game on Sunday, but he can play Monday.
He can play Monday. Monday we're playing
Calgary.
Calgary. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a
Yeah.
tough one.
and just like last year, and the year before that, we're going to have, it's going to be another strange free agent thing because if Canada hasn't backed off of their rules on COVID, if I don't see a lot of trades happening between Canadian and U.S. teams because they're going to have to wait to go across that border. And who wants to trade an everyday player for another everyday player, and then you don't have him there to fill the roster? It's going to be an interesting rest of the season.
Okay, so now I have to do something real quick. I think you guys will know what this means. Stand by just a second. Ashley, this is for you.
Today, after the pre-game meeting, Coach Craig Berube was asked who would start in goal. His answer was, it'll be a game-time decision. That has everybody wondering, who is going to start in goal? Oh, I wonder who's going to start in goal? Tell me, oh, who's going to start in goal? I've got to know the answer. Is it Bennington or Husso? Oh, I wonder who's going to start in goal?
Okay, that's enough of that. So it is Husso in net tonight. Do we have a goalie controversy in St. Louis? Ashley,
No.
Lance.
No, and I think it's funny. Somebody said Jeremy Rutherford or Jim Thomas, one of the two, said Husso must be starting because he's the first person off the ice in practice. I'm sorry, that isn't always true. That is true probably 50% of the time. I don't think we have a goalie controversy. My God, guys, there's a reason why we have two goalies. We don't have just one. We have two goalies. There's a reason for it. It's so one goalie doesn't get wore out. The other goalie gets enough experience in case that other goalie starts to falter or gets injured. You've got another goalie with some experience that can step in and win you some games and keep you close in games. I mean, this narrative with these fans, and I even heard it the other night at the game in the Predators game, everybody hating on Husso or hating on Bennington, and to me, it's just getting old because, like Guy said, we've dealt with it for years, and I just wish people would stop it.
You know, that show that we did on Bennington, the 2 nights ago that we did on Bennington, I have gotten so many. Like, wow, man, wow. You know, that was just, you guys were really there, right on point. They're showing a thing on right now. So Bennington's had 22 starts this season. Husso's making his 11th. Well, that's about a 2-to-1, right? That's what you want your goalies to be, and maybe that's what they're kind of in a rotation right now, this 2-to-1 rotation. So I hope so.
Yeah,
I
I think Bennington will probably end up playing 48 to 55 games if he's healthy, and so will end up getting the rest of them. He'll play 20 to 23 games somewhere in there, and to me that's smart. I mean that's really smart. I think last year he was wore out in the playoffs, and the year before that, he hadn't played that many games at one time, and it's just hard for a goalie to all of a sudden to start being number one and playing 55, 60 games. It's just really hard to do in today's league.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you completely. What are you guys thinking for tonight's game? Is anything on your minds? Is there something that you're reaching out for that's taken that you're looking to have? You're looking for what's the undercurrent you're looking for tonight, Ashley?
I'm just excited to see the Spetsnaz line together.
Yeah, that's really nice to see. I like the fact, and I really do, and I think this bodes very well for us, that we have 3 lines that are basically 1A, 1B, 1C. Mm-hmm. Right? And then we have a 2A, right? Or even a 1F, so to speak. So, you're seeing these lines. If you can start getting guys, even your fourth line guys, 12 minutes a game. Wow, man. Do you know what that does for the playoffs? Mm-hmm. As you get deeper in the season, especially with what Lance just talked about, 40-something games in 76 nights. This isn't, 40. We're at 42 games in 76 nights. That's important. Mm-hmm. Yes, Schwartz is still out with the hand, and Dunn's been good. Dunn is being what everyone thought Dunn would be in St. Louis. He's being that in Seattle.
And guys, if you're wondering what the Spetsnaz line is, it's the Buch Sankashiv. I don't know why they call it the Spetsnaz line. I
also like VIP
because it's the Buch Sankashiv line.
Oh my goodness!
If you said that to
my goodness!
If you said quiet. If you said that to somebody in Russia, oh, this is our Spetsnaz line, they'd look at you like, what the hell are you talking about?
Our special offenses.
Got nothing to do with it.
Our special forces line.
Got nothing to do with it.
Special forces line. Yes, they would.
No, you may as well call them the KGB.
I like VIP.
Yeah, come on. I coined this line. See, I would give anybody else the right to coin this line if they would have put that line together before I did. But I can't find a single person. In fact, I got told by numerous Blues alumni that this line would never work.
That's because it's the Buch Sankashiv line. It's not going to work because of the way you're saying it. If you would have told the alumni, hey, Lance calls it the Buch Sankashiv line, so we're going to have to call it that, and they'd be, hey, that's great. I'm glad Lance came up with that.
Oh man. No. I'm going to go to my grave on this one. So I sat with 2 Blues alumni.
I like Robert Morton.
Thank you, Robert.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, well, that surprises me that Rob's with somebody else. Like, that absolutely surprises me.
You're shocked, aren't you?
No, I'm just completely shocked.
Oh, Golf King. That's a dagger to the heart.
Yeah. So I sat with 2 Blues alumni, and this is what I got told. First of all, Bushnevich would work on that line. Tereshchenko is too lazy, and Barbashev doesn't have the experience nor the talent to cover for Tereshchenko. That's exactly what I got told, and we've seen the exact opposite of that. We've seen Tereshchenko lead that line. I'm sorry. You watch that line play. Tereshchenko is the head of that line. He leads that line, and you want to know why I say that? Because look at how he played with Thomas and Kyrou. He does the exact same thing. And it's pronounced Spetsnaz. I've listened to it like 10 times to make sure I pronounce it right.
You're pronouncing it right. It's just people in Russia look at you like you're crazy.
Yes, Jose. The Russian 3, the VIP. Lance, go with your name because I can't pronounce it.
Buch Sankashiv.
Talk about not being able to pronounce the line.
It's easy. Buch Sankashiv. Buch Sankashiv.
Yeah, no.
Buch Sankashiv is what I hear.
It's like a ninja. How hard?
It's like you're commanding Buch to sink a ship.
A ninja.
Oh my goodness! St. Louis Blues wins the cup for my birthday this year in June. You know, it beat Brad. I wanted to. Oh my God! Go back to the goalies. Oh my goodness. And we're actually gaining viewers. Can you believe that? Bushnevich.
It's Bushnevich. You got to say
Yes,
it with
it's
a. Yeah.
Bushnevich. Yes, we know.
It's
She does not
Vladimir
like.
Vladimir
So
Tarasenko.
Kat Jones, who everyone knows as Princess,
Meow.
speaks very fluent Russian. And she is, you know, she's very, when it comes to pronunciation. So Tanner is out there and thinks that we're all pronouncing it wrong. And maybe we are. I don't know. I think I've listened to it and I think I'm pronouncing it right, but she tells me I'm pronouncing
Well,
it
the
wrong.
next time you talk to her, tell her I said that she needs to Viet stool on the Olitza and see what she says.
Yeah, knowing her, you're probably going to get shanked.
I just said that I need to take a dump on the street. That's what I just said.
Yeah, well, like I said, you're probably going to get shanked.
Thank you, Chris Lambert. I appreciate that one, buddy.
What do you say? Where do you Bushinko Shu? Bushinko Shev? Bushink?
I like
Now
that.
playing
Yep,
the
now playing.
Buchsinkoshevs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No,
I still
Robert,
say it
don't
sounds
wanna
like
tear out my
sink a
hair.
ship.
Talking about going back to the goalies. No, I don't want to tear out my hair. Wow. Boy, this show is getting good, man. You see what's, oh man, see, I knew Cup Lance coming on was going to help this show get worse.
Yep.
Well, at least we have fun doing it.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. First of all, to Lance and Ashley, thank you for letting me do that tribute today. I really appreciate it. You know, I know it's a hockey show, but you know, there's times where we need to just, you know, honor people who are important to us. And just like, you know, you needed to honor Louis Anderson, I needed to honor Meatloaf, and I hope the Crack can do something tonight. Yeah, Lambert's gonna come sink your ship. You're also great. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Tanner.
much.
Thank
Now
you,
we're trying
Tanner.
to figure out what to talk about after we just gone off on
Well,
each other.
I know what I want to bring up. When I was at the game the other night against Seattle, you know, a lot of people look at their record and look at their points, think, man, this has got to be one of the worst teams ever. Man, this team's terrible. And I've watched probably 12 games this year of theirs. I haven't watched all of them because I don't have the time. But they normally play each team tough. Now, they might have a bad period where they're up 2-1 and they lose 5-2 or something like that. That just goes to show some inexperience. But I think they're a well-coached team. I think in the future they're building it the right way, especially since they didn't have all the special things that the Vegas Golden Knights got granted to them so they could be better quicker. I think they're doing it right, and I expect another fight from them like they gave the Blues last Friday night.
I think they will. Didn't we beat them 3-1 or 2-1?
2-1.
2-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rob says, "Guy, I don't always disagree with you. You disagree with me a lot more than you ever agree with me."
He agrees with you a lot.
He agrees with you. I'd say it's 50-50.
Okay. I love him so much that I don't care whether he agrees or not. So it doesn't matter to me. And actually, I don't, be honest, let me tell you something. I don't care whether anybody agrees with me or not. If you want to, great. If you don't, great. This is your show too. And that's what's important. Your show too. And we let you all know how that we care about you and we want to hear it. And the whole Bush thing in Canada. So Canada has a 7-day
No, it's a 10-day.
10-day.
10 days after you test positive, first test positive before you can enter the country. You have to be 10 days from when you last tested positive.
Mm-hmm.
He will miss that. Now he is in the U.S. It is only 5 days, right? Hold on. I just read something, and I'm not sure if I'm reading it right. So Aaron Coulter says, can you put that up for me?
Gotcha.
My grandfather would have called that ignorance gone to seed, being the Tarasenko deal you were talking. I'm not sure what you're talking about, bud. I'm a little lost there, right? Guy, 95% of the time, you make a lot of sense.
Thank you, Tanner. I appreciate those kind thoughts, and we all do when you guys give them to us.
Yeah.
And no, he's right maybe about 40% of the time.
Oh, you know that's so wrong.
I'll give him 48.7.
Oh, you both know that's so wrong. You both know that's so wrong, right? You both know that's so wrong. If I was wrong that much, there's no way either one of you would be on this show.
I like arguing with you.
Yeah, well, that too, but you know, it's not that much, right? The things that we talk about on the show and how we see things. So yeah, so Bushnevich is actually going to stay in Seattle. So stay in Seattle Sunday,
And then fly to Calgary on Monday.
Fly to Calgary on Monday. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's some guy's ship. Oh my goodness! But you need to look at guys' correct point percentage. I'm not sure what he's saying there. He's bringing up points percentage, so
Yeah.
I'm always wrong as long as I remember that. It's all good. Well, I'm not your wife, Steve, so I don't think you're always wrong. Oh, I said I didn't say right. I said makes sense. Well, then the number's probably even lower. Oh, that's a great point. That is a great frickin' point. Right? That I will take that. I will take that. I will take that. I take that as an absolute compliment.
I think
Lance?
Robert's trying to call you a fanboy, and I hope not.
No, I don't think he's calling me a fanboy. He's just saying that sometimes I can let my fanhood cloud my judgment. All right, I've already been called a fanboy by on Twitter by Lou Corrick. So I mean, what else?
Guy, he's called me several names too. So I guess you and I are in the same boat with him. So
Yep.
I don't interact with them all that much, so I don't get called names.
I used to, and I just don't anymore. It's not worth it.
Well, I mean, so somebody posted something, and I posted it. I posted a question. 3 different people answered the question. Somebody else posted the same question, and then he answered the question. So he posts something about, something happened quicker with the Cardinal. And I said, the only thing that happens quicker than that is you ignoring me on Twitter. And he got upset at that.
Oh.
He got upset at that. I made a joke. It was an absolute joke. And he got upset with it. If you can't take a joke, don't make a joke. And that's the way I look at it. So, on how you were saying you were told the Russian line wouldn't work. Okay, Aaron, I get it now. I get what you were saying. Whose smoke detector has gone off? I don't know. I know it's not mine because but you might be getting the beeping from me because I don't hear it.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear it either.
I've heard it before. Someone saying that it sounds like somebody's detector's going off.
Well, last year in December, mine was going off in December. But it's not now. I walked down here to my home studio and I don't hear it.
Man, I hope everybody
I just heard it, but it's not my house. Like I heard it from one of you two.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I don't hear it. It might be coming. I just realized that I had you guys on mute, but you were still playing, so that's the good thing.
Guy, you cannot unmute greatness like Ashley and myself. So.
Yeah, okay. He says it just chirped. I don't hear anything.
I don't hear it either.
Yeah.
I heard it the one time. I didn't hear it again, but I heard it the one time, and it's one of you two. It's not mine.
Okay, well.
There you go. Put the blame on us old guys.
I'm hearing it in here, not in my house.
I'm deaf, so it could have been sirens going off here, and I wouldn't have heard it. No, you're fine. You're
fine. Guy, I want
to
to bring up something real quick before I forget. Yeah. Last Friday, when I was at the game against Seattle, and I got on after the game, and we talked in my car on the way home.
Yeah.
You stated that Huso would be traded by tomorrow, this next Saturday. So you've got about 24 hours or so to make that come true.
Did I say that?
Yes,
you did.
Yep.
You did.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to be wrong because that's.
And you know what? If he is traded tomorrow, I'm going to probably just jump up and down and go crazy and like Guy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut from now on.
Well, no, I mean, I thought that to me. So the lines are the same lines we've seen before. We've got Barbashev, center, and Bushnevich and Tarasenko the second line. Thomas with Kyrou and Saad, and I really like that one. Bozak with Kostin and Sundqvist, and if they can get 10 to 12 minutes, I'll be happy. The reason I said that, and the reason I have the amount they're playing him feels like they're showcasing him because they're playing him in other games, right? They're playing him in other, yeah, it could be my tinnitus, who knows, but they're playing him in these what you would call showcase games where you'll know he'll do well. So you put him out there, and then when he does well, the other scouts see him, and there's something going on. I just feel like, and Lance, you've talked about it. You don't think that they're going to sign him next year. I don't either. I don't think that with the salary cap, no matter whatever it goes up, if it goes up $2 million, he's going to take all the cap. That's what we can't put all the cap in that we have going into a reserve goalie.
Yeah, and I got into it with somebody today, and they kept saying that they're going to sign him for 2 to 4 years, and he's going to take 1.2 to 1.5 million. I'm like, no. Some other team is going to see him and think, he's limited. He's had 27 or 29 games, and he's looked good this year. I think he's going to be an up and coming backup goalie. We're going to he's going to get 2.5 to 3, somewhere in that range, maybe a little more, 3.2 for 2 to 3 years. The Blues cannot afford to pay him that. They cannot. They've got Hoffer coming up, and everybody says Hoffer needs 3 to 4 more years. I'm sorry, but if Hoffer needs 3 or 4 more years, you need to trade him because he's not worth it then. Hoffer is very, very good. Now, can he play 25, 30 games his first year as a backup? I don't know, but he can back up and play enough games to give Bennington rest.
He could play 20, and you could have Ellis do the other 10.
Yeah.
Right? Because
we could even bring our buddy Lindgren to the mix and have all 3 of them rotate.
We only had Lindgren for the 1 year. I don't think Lindgren.
I think he'll sign because he won't need much, and he'll probably sign an AHL contract. So I'm not really worried about Lindgren.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. They've already got Hoffer and Ellis down there. They've got other guys that they've drafted. They got a draft coming up. The Blues always draft a goalie.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Round,
I don't think Lindgren will be here next year. I think somebody will pick him up and sign him, and he's gone from here because the Blues can't pay him.
And he'll get what they call a strong two-way.
Yeah,
meaning that the difference between what he makes in the minors and what he makes in the major in the NHL is a lot closer together.
Yep.
Like a standard two-way contract, you make $750,000 in the NHL, and you make about $40,000 in the AHL. Right? That's about a standard two-way. A strong two-way, you would make about $750,000 in the NHL, and you'd make about $125,000 in the AHL. Right? I can see them giving him that style of contract. Does that sound right, Lance?
No, I don't think it's going to be anything like that because go ahead and look at the Blues guys in the AHL and what they're making. There's very few of them making low amount of money. There's a lot of them making $550, $750, $950. I think you could see it be to where somebody's going to give him a deal to where he makes $600,000 in the minors and $1 million, $1.5 million, $1.2 million, something like that for 2 years.
Great. Oh man, I don't think I've seen anybody make $600K in the minors.
Huso was
in the minors.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize
he's making exactly what he was making it.
Well, he's on a one-way this year. He's on a one-way last year and this year. This year he went on a one-way.
Yeah, last year
I did know.
Last year he was making the same down in San Antonio or wherever that he was here. Yep.
Hey Lance, have you heard if there any way to buy the Chris Pronger retirement patch? You have to put your.
That's a good question, Aaron. You got to put your name in to do it. I try to explain how to do that, but just go to the Blues website, do some research online, and it should give you an option. I was told by one of the people in the shop that for the game I was at the other night, there was only 5 patches per store there, and the Blues aren't sure when they're going to make a bunch more for sale, but they said that you could go on website and register for one. So far, I've not found that. And I don't know when that's going to happen, but I was told that if they do, they're probably going to cost somewhere between $35 and $55 a piece.
Yeah, they're going to make them for charity. I can see that. Man, we're almost coming up on the game. Mary says, do you think they give Huso a small extension contract? No, I don't.
He won't take it. He won't take it, Willie.
He won't take it, yeah.
No.
I mean, His agent's getting phone calls. I'd almost guarantee.
Oh,
Well,
sure
actually,
he
they
is.
can't. He can't.
No, but he's getting interest. I'll say this much,
Yeah.
and if I'm Bill Huso, and the Blues say, okay, you want to back up Bennington for 1.5 million for a year, one more year longer, or do you? And somebody come to me and go, Bill, we really want you. We'll give you 3 years, 2.8 million. He'd be an idiot not to take the 2 or 3 years at $2.8 million.
Kevin T says St. Louis Authentic has them, so check out stlouisauthentic.com.
That was the store I went into. That's the store I went into, and they said they didn't have them.
They may have them online now, or at least be selling them, but not shipping them, telling you that they're or shipment later is what I'm guessing. Hey, we're almost up on game time, so you $30. Okay, that makes about sense. So let's start with Ashley. What's your impressions for tonight's game? What do you think?
I really think that the Blues are going to come out strong today. I think that this is going to easily be like a 3-1 game.
All right, 3-1. And Lance?
I think it's going to be a 3-2 game, and the Blues are going to win it with some strong goaltending. And I just think that you can tell they're a better team, although Seattle fights a lot. They really put on their best effort, but the Blues, I think, just like they did Friday night, the best team ended up winning at the end. Yeah,
but I think this is a game that you can't let them get an early goal. You've got to take them out of this game very quickly. You've got to take them out quickly. You've got to be up 2-0, 3-0, 4-0 by the end of the first. You can't let them hang around, and that's what I think is really important. I can see this being a good 4-1 game, but it's got to happen early. Kevin C says they sent out emails saying that they have them.
But
okay,
something we got to remember.
I just looked them up on the St. Louis Authentic site, and they show up, and when you go to click on them, it takes you to a page that is totally gone. There's nothing there. Yeah.
One thing to remember about Seattle, though, is they just won the last 2 games, so they're coming in feeling pretty good about themselves after a big streak of losses. So we can't take it for granted that they might have some energy.
In 6 games on the same line, the Spetsnaz line has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals, and I can't even count the assists, man. That number, that's in just 6 games. That was 8. They have like almost 20 assists in 6 games. That's impressive. 8 goals and almost 20 assists, 18 assists. Right? So that's impressive, man. That just, but this game, with this game, neutrals, I mean, they're kind of showing the neutral zone right now a little bit. This is where it's going to come in. This game is a game where you have to win the neutral zone. Yeah. And if we are winning the neutral zone early, we're going to kill this game but this is a game that I think you need to learn this is where your killer instinct has to come in, right? Today and Sunday against Vancouver, you have to have your killer instinct, and that's what's important. Hey, man, thank you guys all for watching us during the pregame show. Going to be a good game. I can't wait for it. I'm really excited for the game to come on. We'll be back at the intermission right here, same bat channel, same bat time. If I don't get it in your group or you don't see it in your group, check out Guy Bensing at Guy Bensing on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Facebook, or on Facebook. This is always in the Blue Note Fan Report. There is a page, the Blue Note Fan Report. It is in there every single time. The easiest way to find this show is go to Blue Note Fan Report on Facebook, search that group, or not that group, that page, and you'll find the show. Every single game day, every intermission, all of them there, or even look one of us up on Twitter, right? We got to try.
Scroll down there,
right? So go for it, man. That's the way to find us. So,
same, Kevin, same.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Wild are up 5-0. Wow. Actually, for me, the Bally app seems to be playing really good.
It works great on my tablet, but I try to do it on my phone, and for some strange reason, I've got a newer phone. It doesn't work very well.
On my TV, I literally have to have the volume all the way up, but whenever it goes to commercial break, I have to turn it down.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I have it on. I have it on my TV. I have one of those. What do you call it?
Roku.
Thanks,
TV,
Tanner.
TV. Yeah. Thanks, Tanner.
Right, and Well, of course they rock and I suck. We all know that. Of course the host sucks. The guy that owns the show is the one that sucks.
Guy, you don't rock. You opera because you like meatloaf. So you opera.
You opera.
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 And I'm not calling you Oprah. I said opera.
Opera, Oprah, whatever.
Yeah, it's
give
not
me
you
some
get a
hockey,
car.
baby. Just give me some hockey. Okay, guys, this is Guy, the Wild Blues fan, for Ashley Slapshot Jones and Lance, the Drop Podcast. To Scott, saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you on the intermission show.